theory based on this episode. I just really liked this episode. Danvers didn't seem as crabby as usual, and I liked the emphasis on Native women and childbirth. I also paid attention to the credits for the first time, which had several interesting points. So we saw the dirty water, the mention of frequent stillbirths, and the demand from the activist groups for clean water. I think by now we have enough evidence to confirm the bad water theory. Hallucinations, which is what I think Navarro saw in the hospital with Anders Lund, are the cause of all the supernatural events. They are caused by the water being infected with a hallucinogenic substance, either caused by the mine or by Salal. The video we got of Annie shows her finding something, then a noise, then Annie drops her phone or it's snatched from her, and then we hear her screaming. I think she was being beaten by miners who found her, then later she was killed. They never explicitly said Annie was R-word, but I think maybe after the beating she was assaulted by one of the miners. Maybe during the attack she bit her attacker, which is why they cut out her tongue, and then the rest of the miners decided Annie would be more likely to tell now, so then she was killed. I also think her brother was involved. Aside from Hank, he was the only person who knew Annie who spoke negatively of her. Everyone seemed to love her, or at least find her odd but good. Clark and the other scientists knew about this. Maybe it even happened underneath the station, and that's how Annie's tongue was in the kitchen. While tripping balls on the water may be more highly concentrated at the station, Raymond Clark goes down to the tunnels, which is why he had his cordon indoors. He sees the tongue and hallucinates Annie talking to him, and that's why he says she's awake. Then in a mass hysteria brought on the amount of toxins already in their systems and their highly susceptible minds, the rest of the crew hallucinate her too. Terrified that she was coming for revenge, they run. The levels of toxin in their systems weakens their hearts, mixed with the adrenaline of fear leads to a heart attack. Maybe the cold made them weaker too. Hypothermia can lead to people taking off their clothes, which is why they be naked. I think Clark then found the bodies and clothes and folded them because he wanted to pay respects to his friends. This is also when he drew the spiral on the forehead as a sign to Annie maybe. I think the reason he didn't die with the others is because he wasn't directly involved in Annie's death, and therefore did not feel responsible and didn't run away.